speaking of shakedowns and abuse of law enforcement power and abuse of government power, our second topic is about the effort to assail ActBlue, one of the big fundraising platforms for progressives. Probably a lot of people who are followers have given through ActBlue, and there's just been this incredibly repressive effort to chill donations, but also to attack progressive institutions and more. So Nadine, what are your thoughts about that? I know you wanted to talk about ActBlue.
Yeah, well, we know that they're going after every institution. We saw them go after universities and still apply pressure, take money away. We're seeing the absolute gutting of federal infrastructure through Elon Musk and his incel band of coders who are hacking into every system. And this was the one everybody knew was coming because the authoritarian playbook dictates that you've got to go after the organizations that represent the resistance. And so going after ActBlue is about going after organizations, and it's about going after candidates. And we are seeing the way they are weaponizing every system of government to intimidate, to apply pressure. We saw with Harvard where they said, we'll talk about that later, but Harvard rejected their demand that there be basically someone who audits every class. They have a federal overseer, and if this overseer does not like what's being taught in class, that they would have the authority to remake the curriculum. What we are seeing with ActBlue is that same kind of thing where they are threatening, there are accusations of financial impropriety, that they are fabricating ways of tangling people up in the legal system. And functionally, it is a move to impact and circumscribe the fundraising capabilities of Democratic candidates and any progressive or democratically aligned groups. So it is definitely in keeping with their playbook of going after, they're just reverse engineering everything. Like, you don't want an intelligent or educated electorate. So they go after gutting public education. They go after universities. What they're doing with law firms, basically blackmailing them and telling them, you won't be able to argue cases in federal court if you don't comply. And now we will see them using every means they can to hamstring and cut off the ability of Democratic candidates and progressive organizations to communicate, to have access to resources. And there are a lot of organizations that during the Doge purge saw their funding, even funding that they were already approved for, that was already in the portal, shut off in a way that they couldn't make payroll. And so there is nothing that is sacred here. There's nothing that they will not attempt. We saw it in Florida. This may be a strange analogy, but even after, for example, they tried to ban drag shows, and then they said, "Oh, well, they have to be over 18." And when somebody showed up who was, or when they had an event that on the ticket said 18 or older, they tried to take the venue to court and take their license by arguing the font was too small. They sent undercover police officers into the venue to report out any unseemly activity. And the cops said, yeah, there was nothing wrong. They said, well, we don't care, and we're going to pursue their license anyway. So that is the kind of strategy, attitude that they are bringing. And I know a lot of organizations are already braced for impact and are fully expecting to be harassed, for the IRS to be weaponized, for every kind of regulatory intervention to be used to attack.